So as you guys can see, I got a buy order in right here on Bitcoin. And by following the rules of my simple system, in literally just a couple hours, we're already up over $1,600. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through a full live trading session with me. I'm going to show you guys my real entries and exits and my thought process behind them, alongside all the real profit and losses. And overall, just trying to keep you guys up to date on what we are working on for the private team in my Discord. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to break down what I have on my screen here. Right side trading view, because it's simply the best for markups and analysis. Down on the bottom left is actually my broker's web trader, where I'm going to be executing the trades here. And then up here is my private team's dashboard journal, so we can select a strategy. Here's a bunch of strategies you guys can use, and then you guys can have a custom strategy, which I'm going to be using mine. So I'm not going to be really using the checklist, but you guys can edit these to your liking, and then obviously you can input the trade, and then it'll populate up here on the calendar. But I'm going to be journaling the entries for today. But top-down analysis is what I do first off. I'm going to be looking at all of my watch list right here, so I'm going to be looking at all of these. But I'm going to start with Euro USD because it's my favorite market. Top-down analysis daily. We're obviously pushing off of massive daily support down here. And we have yet to have a red candle close really. So that pretty much just confirms that we are still in an uptrend. So the most probable things, no matter what, would probably be looking for buys. So we're just looking to get in an area on the smaller time frames where there's a higher low, and then get into a buy and then look for it to continue pushing up. So let's go down to the smaller time frames. Here's the 1 hour. We're finding a little bit of resistance right now on the lower time frames around this price point, which is something to take note of because we could have a little bit of a push down, something like that maybe. So let's go look at the 5 minute, where generally speaking is when I'll be looking at taking my scalps on the 5 minute. So we're kind of just in like a little consolidation zone. The bottom of it would be down here, the top of it would be right at the top of the other support level I marked out. So right now it kind of looks like we're floating on the 1 minute. If I would have started this 15-ish minutes ago, we could have entered a buy-in right here. But clearly we didn't see that. So the next thing I'd be looking for is for this to happen yet again, as in price comes up to here, this area, and then starts rejecting back down, and then I'd be looking to take a sell off of it, something like that, aiming for the bottom again for around 3 times a risk. So let's see if that plays out. But that's just for Euro USD. While I'm checking out the other markets, I'm gonna put an alert up here because that's when I'd be taking the trade. So let's go look at US 30. It's going to be the exact same thing, top-down analysis. So this is from a previous day. We can delete all that, doesn't really matter. Clearly same thing as Euro USD, overall uptrend. We've been assuming it this past week, and then we had this big rejection candle right here on the daily. Something to take note of, which means that price is obviously going to have some sort of resistance at this price point. Let's go down on the 1 hour, see if we're rejecting off of it yet again. We have yet to have a red candle close off of this support level, so that's not confirmation that we're actually going to be rejecting down off of it. So it's possible that we finally break above it and then it does something like that. But that's for if we were going to be trading on the hour. Let's go down on the 5 minute, see what's going on. We had a couple red candle closes off of this, as in this one and then this one. So what I'd be looking for is for it to push up just a little bit more, and then it starts to show signs of rejections back down. Then I'd be interested in taking a sell on US 30 as well. All right, let's go down to Sol. We'll do top-down analysis as well. I'm still in this big swing trade for my investor account. but not so much for the scalping purposes. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to leave these two areas marked out. This is the bottom of the support level, top of it. Clearly we're rejecting off of it yet again. So right off the bat, it looks healthy for a 1 hour intraday sell, or even like a couple days sell. So even if we entered right there, we could put our stops above here, aim for it to fill this gap right here. That would be a 2R on the hour, but I would much rather take a scalp. And honestly, sells are looking healthy right now, but you also have to take in consideration all these little support levels right here. And I don't think that they'd have much merit. So either way, I think sells are looking pretty healthy right here to continue pushing down. But I don't have enough confirmation that it's going to continue pushing down right now. So I'm going to stay out of Solana altogether. Bitcoin, top-down analysis on Bitcoin, it would be same thing, pretty much same thing as Solana, continuing the uptrend. We'll go down to the 1 hour, see what's going on there. Looks like we might be using this as support to continue pushing back up, which is something to take note of, because this could be scalping purposes depending on the current spread on Bitcoin right now for Fusion Markets, because the spread is pretty high. So this would be a good area to buy because we had one touch off of it. So if we get a 5-minute candle close right here off of the Bitcoin, off of this support level, I could be convinced to take this buy right here, aiming for something like that. That looks incredibly healthy because we had a touch of it, comes back down, retested it. So 3 minutes, we'll see what happens. I'll put an alert down here just in case it drops down a bit. So the trades I'm looking for right now are the Euro USD sell if it continues pushing up, or the Bitcoin buy. The most healthy one right now is the Bitcoin buy. So let's go down to GU, top-down analysis. I actually entered a sell in right here yesterday on my $300 flip account. We got stopped out on this day. Obviously some news came out that happened, so there's not much market structure right now, so I'm going to stay out of here. USD CAD, daily, top-down analysis. Looks like we're starting to reject a little bit off of the daily, off of this support level. Let's go down to the smaller time frame, see what's happening. This looks healthy for buys too, possibly. It's a little risky because there's not much market structure to tell us that it's going to continue pushing back up, especially since we had massive rejection off of this support level, which on the higher time frames is more merit, right? It would be the bottom of this higher high or higher low. So the next thing I'd be looking for is just a quick scalp in 2 minutes. If this candle closes green, we could also buy this back up too. Something super tight on this one, so either right below the lows or right below here. I would probably go here just because it is risky, and then I would just be aiming for it to fill this little area right there. So those are my trade ideas that I currently have going on right now. Bitcoin seems the most healthy in my mind, but we will see what happens, and I'll update you guys if I end up taking any of these trades. But for now, we're just kind of waiting to see what market does in the next minute or two. Okay, I entered the Bitcoin trade right here. I'm risking $1,000 to make like $2,000. Here's the setup right here. And then I also got an alert for US 30, so I'm gonna go check that out as well. So it looks like we finally pushed up. Next thing I'd be looking for is just strong signs of rejection somewhere in this blue box, but it's probably not going to be for the next 4 minutes. It'll be within like the next 20 minutes that I would get confirmation on a sell on US 30. Let's go check out Euro USD. not much happening there. It is later in the session for Euro USD, so there's not going to be much volatility to begin with. Solana, like I said, I was going to stay out of that. USD CAD, this candle invalidates the trade, so I'm going to delete that. So it looks like we're in a Bitcoin USD scalp right now for the day, and I'm going to set my stop loss to where, or our alert to where my stop loss is, and then I'm also going to set another stop loss at the 1R area, which would be right here. Set a stop loss there. And now I'm gonna go about my day and start working on other work, because there's no point of me sitting here watching it. But I'm gonna let this screen record rock so that you guys can see what happens with the trade while I'm working on other work. The trades still looks very healthy on Bitcoin, but the thing that I'm going to be doing is, I don't normally do this, but this setup looks too good on US 30, so I'm going to be taking this sell as well, and it's going to be risking $1,000. So altogether we're risking $2,000 right now. So right after this candle closes right now, while I try to figure it out on my phone, just because it's a lot easier to execute on my phone than on the web trader. And obviously don't do this unless you have like a significant amount of capital in your account. Otherwise you're kind of risking blowing your account with margin for margin purposes. So I'm going to enter the trade. It's a little more risk than what I wanted, but so we're actually risking 25 or 1,500 to make 3,000. So I'm in this US 30 trade as well. And like I said, you probably shouldn't double up on positions unless you know what you're doing, and you obviously have enough capital in your account to deal with the margin issues as well. So I'm going to let these Bitcoin trade and then also the US 30 trade rock, and I'll keep you guys updated. So the US 30 just hit stop loss, which means we are going to journal that really quickly for a $1,500 loss. Unfortunate, just means we kind of timed the reversal wrong off of this support level up here, or it's possible that the support level doesn't even get tested really, or rejected off of. Highly unfortunate, but it is what it is. If the Bitcoin trade works out, that'll bring us to $2,000 profit, and then in total it'll be $500 profit on the trades for the day so far. So I'm going to quickly journal this trade, and then I'll let the rest of the Bitcoin trade figure itself out. I just entered this Euro USD sell off of this little rejection right here. This one's a smaller position. We're risking $500 to make 1,000 on this Euro USD sell right now. I'm feeling risky, so I might take another position on US 30 right now because it's looking good, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if I'll keep you guys updated if I do or not. I don't think we're going to push down anymore on the Euro USD sell, so I'm going to close that for... I closed that one for $480, so I'm going to journal that, and then we will still rock and roll on the Bitcoin trade. Okay, the Bitcoin trade hit take profit. I should have been trailing my stop, so because it seems like it's going to continue pushing back up, but it's okay. It was still a $2,000 trade, and I'm going to journal it really quickly, and then I'm going to go through them with you guys. So I got the trade journaled, and for the first trade, which was a US 30 trade, I realized I entered it in wrong, but I'm not going to go back and change it. It was a $1,500 loss, and here it was. It was a FOMO entry. That's what my trade one notes were, was the FOMO entry is the first rejection off of a support level. So we came back off of these 2 5-minute candle closes, and that's when we entered, which would have been the first rejection, otherwise known as a FOMO entry per my entry model. Clearly didn't work out, came back, pushed up, stopped us out. And it's a good thing we got out with a contained loss, otherwise it would be a massive loss compared to where the market is now. And let's go and look at the trade number 2. So Euro USD was a sell, and it was a $480 gain. It was a quick entry and exit. That was my trade 2 notes for it. And pretty much we were floating around this little 1 minute, 5 minute key consolidation zone, and we started to show signs of rejections back down. So I sold it, and we would have hit full take profit if I held the trade to full take profit, but I ended up closing it after we started to show signs of rejections right here for $480. Obviously, if I would have held to take profit, it would have hit it for $1,000. But if we didn't hit take profit for whatever reason, automatically we would have hit full stop loss compared to where the market is now. Overall, pretty good trade. So this was the big boy of the session, $2,000 gain. I had really high confidence in this trade because it was my normal entry off of a second retest and rejection of a key level, which this would have been the first rejection, and then this would have been the retest, and then it started to show signs of rejections back up, which is my exact entry model, and it played exactly to it. And I should have been trailing my stop because I think we could have gotten a little bit more profit, but it seems like it's starting to come back down now. So it's a good thing we got out when we did for $2,000. And today's overall trading session stats were 3 trades, 2 wins, 1 loss, a 66.7% win rate with a net P&L of $952. Pretty damn good trading session for it to be only like a couple hours in the morning. And that's the thing with trading. Once you learn it, you can focus on 1 to 3 hours of solid work in the morning, and that could essentially pay the rest of your bills for the rest of the month if you do it consistently and profitably every single morning. So that sums up the trading session. And if you guys are interested in learning more about my entry models that are proven with verified broker statements and live trading results, I actually am going to be coming out with a mentorship. Now, I know what you guys are saying, like this guy's just another mentorship seller, course seller. That's not it at all. Most people that do this, they don't even show any sort of proof of like live success with their methods, but mine are verified, backed by real broker statements and real live trading results. And if you guys are interested, this is everything you guys will get inside my mentorship. So you will get 8 weeks of directly 5 times every single day live sessions with me. And you also get weekly one-on-one sessions as well. So you guys can directly have a conversation with me and talk about my strategy and how we can help you implement it and pretty much keep you accountable. And the thing is, most people, when they go into like mentorships and stuff, it's just a bunch of like long courses, complicated modules, 50 plus hours of video that don't teach you anything, or at the very most teach you what you can already learn for free. That's not what I want this to be. I want to show you guys exactly how I read the charts and execute on them. I want to turn you into another me, and I'm going to be somebody that tells you exactly what you need to do and what you guys don't need to do. And I'm going to give you some live, real examples as well. And especially in like the 5 weekly live trading sessions, you guys will see me trade exactly how I did in this video. except live, and you guys will be able to ask me questions and everything as well. And then there will be a clear checklist for my entry model for you guys to follow. And then also during our one-on-one sessions every single week, I'll obviously keep you accountable to everything. And not only that, I'll also make sure that you guys thoroughly understand my entry model and how to apply it. And if you don't know anything about trading, this will work 100% with you as well. I'm trying to like transfer all of my trading skill to you guys within this 8-week period, so that after that 8-week period, you guys can scale it, whether with your own capital or with prop firm capital. And after that 8-week period, there will still be one-on-one sessions to make sure that you guys are staying accountable and make sure that you guys are following through with what I taught you and how to excel in trading. So if you guys are interested in the mentorship, link in the bio. And it's more like me holding your hand to get you to become successful. Unlike everybody else, they sort of take your payment and then it's all on you with like long courses and stuff. I don't want to do that. I would much rather take only a select few members every single month, so I know that I can keep them accountable instead of just taking as many people as possible. At that point, it becomes unpersonal, and you guys and I can't really manage over 100 people, but I can manage like 20 to 30. So there is only going to be a couple spots in it, so that I can make sure that everybody is getting what they need out of me to become successful in the long run. So if you guys are interested, link in my bio.